The information presented is for informational purposes only. The opinions expressed are not necessarily the opinions of any Daikin company. This information should not be confused for accounting, legal, medical, or other professional advice. Please seek advice from a qualified professional for any specific questions.
It's actually a very safe refrigerant. Daikin wants to be involved in the community.
Making another touch point to build my brand.
So the first question we ask everyone is, welcome to the Accelerated HVAC Success Program. My name is Ben Middleton. I'm the National Sales Training Manager for the Goodman Amana and Daikin brands. Today we're joined here with Tonya Gaitz. She is the owner and operator of Gaitz HVACR. Tonya, thank you so much for joining us here at Daikin Park.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
We've talked, we've done 2 episodes already, and we've talked about, your history. We've talked about a little bit about how you're looking to get employees into the business and getting young people excited about coming into the HVAC industry.
Yeah.
I want to pivot and talk a little bit about technology, because technology is changing fast.
Oh yeah, super fast, faster than I think what people realize.
So I tell this story at a lot of the meetings I go into. I remember when we went from standing pilot to intermittent ignition. And I had a technician who, there was a board now in the furnace. Scared him to death because wires went in, wires went out. He had no idea what was happening inside the board. Before, it was all relays, and it was easy to kind of go in there and troubleshoot. And I'll never forget this. He went out on a call, and he was having a hard time troubleshooting and fixing these new furnaces. And he came back and he said, "I fixed it." We said, "Congratulations, what did you do?" Yeah. He said, "I converted it back to standing pilot. It works fine." So I think in our industry, there's a lot of people that grew up in this industry doing things one way, and you tell them, "Hey, we're going to do it differently now." There's resistance to that change.
Oh yeah, yes, there is that. Oh well, it worked. It worked well the way we were doing it. But the new way, more equipment is more efficient, quiet. The technology with the FIT system to remote in via the cloud.
Yeah.
Like before, we're sending technicians. We already know what's going on when we're sending them there. You know, a lot of times the customer doesn't even realize something's wrong with their system because it's pinging my phone and the technician I have assigned to that house, like, hey, something's going on. So we can actually, and it might not be a major, but it's just a minor fault that, hey, okay, let's figure out, like, let's give them a call and schedule to be there. And they don't even know yet. And it's like, this is where we're at with the technology. And so if you asked me a year ago about AI, I'd be like, oh, AI that's for training. You know, you put the goggles on and we're going to like be up at the fit and like that's no, AI is way more. And what it's doing with the equipment is it's predicting the failures before they happen. So that changes us from we go to, hey, we see something happening. Let's plan our workout.
Yeah.
So we're not in rescue mode all the time. We're in that fight or flight. Like we can calm down and hey, let's get there. We like to come on this day instead of your AC's down. We're on our way.
Yeah.
Like hey, we see this coming, and that's about you have to have that trust built with your customers as well, because some customers are like, hey, I'm gonna wait until it breaks, right? No, but then you have those that are like, I do not want my AC to go down in Houston in the summer.
Right.
Do not, they panic. So it's like to have the technology there to service those type of customers that want that peace of mind. Like, hey, I know my family's going to be cool. Like maybe you're traveling out of town and maybe your wife is at home with the kids and you don't have to worry about that anymore. So
I think a lot of people, when they look at new technology, like I think you were probably an early pioneer in the market as far as putting FIT in.
Yes.
I think you said your first unit was 20.
Well, probably 22, 21.
Okay.
I saw the FIT in 2018, but I really dove deep, and I can say 21, 22. Now we can do it in our sleep.
Yeah.
Like we love the FIT.
So I think there's some basic, I've always considered them like standard things that if a contractor looks at, I was taught early on in my career in HVAC when I was doing install that the weakest part of a system is the part that's going to fail. And so I remember I was up in the in Wisconsin, we have basements instead of attics up there.
Yeah.
But every single time, we always ran brand new thermostat wire because I had a lot of cloth wrapped wire that was in the walls, and I had no idea. You know, this was just 24-volt systems, but
Right.
I didn't want a failure there. I didn't want to call back.
Right.
You know, I didn't want a failure because we always put a new coil in. We always went ahead. When we could, we changed the line sets out. Just those little things. I remember back then on single stage compressors, we put a hard start kit in every single time on the install.
Yeah.
Just so it would last a long time, right?
Right,
So it
right.
runs better. And so I think about all these things. There are certain things that you do just to ensure that you're going to have the best chance of success for that homeowner, right?
Right. So what I'd say the big change with this equipment is focus on commissioning your equipment. So we have the cloud the cloud service that
Yeah.
we can commission the equipment from the cloud.
Right.
Yeah. So then we use Measure Quick to, okay, are our sensors, we're starting up. So let's benchmark it there. So we benchmarked it in the cloud. So we've got 2 cross checks, but the cloud, the Daikin, like it comes with the system, and we've learned to utilize that tool and use that to our benefit. And yes, we are going to stay with the equipment a little bit longer after we've roughed it in, so people are used to you coming in, making your change out. But no, I'm taking an extra time period there. I put this into our install just to make sure we have everything set correct, the airflow, even the charge. We're making sure we're dialing in the charge correctly, because once we close that up, once we take our gauges off, we shouldn't have to put our gauges back on.
Right.
We're just doing maintenance and cleaning. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Is using the cloud to commission. I'd say the big thing with the FIT. Use the technology. I've seen other contractors out there that I've come across FIT systems now, and the customer wasn't even aware about the cloud. So the cloud service. So I'd say to those other contractors that are out there installing the FIT, you've already got past the hard part. Utilize that technology that you probably didn't. We're like, what is that? Well, it's something awesome sitting right in front of you that will just take your business to a whole nother level and give you a sense of, man, we did an awesome job installing that. Look at this. Look, here's, and giving the customer that report. So technology, the change is here. We've been working at it a few years now, so it wasn't just like we started this year. But I say it's a combination of utilizing the technology and being trained on the technology.
What other technology are your guys using in the field that helps them be more efficient or provides a better level of customer experience for your customers? What are the things are you guys doing that differentiates you from your competition? Because maybe they're afraid of moving to that technology.
So here's one. We use conduit tech. So, so sizing equipment is very, very important. So conduit tech is utilizing the LiDAR technology.
Yeah.
So what's really, you can tell that to a customer and they're like, okay, whatever. Well, hey, I'm going to give you an awesome 3D printout floor plan. You're going to have this when I'm done. Mm-hmm. So that's what I found. And it also gives them hey, what is static pressure? It gives them a nice, picture of diagram and explains static pressure. There's a lot to conduit tech that really helps the end user, my customer, and it helps me as a technician. Hey, I'm doing my manual J, I got my manual S, so we're sizing everything right. And then if I'm have to rework ductwork, then we go into that. So utilizing conduit tech has also been a game changer for us, and it's really cool stuff. And man, we used to pull a tape measure out. Oh, and then we thought we were really cool because we had the infrared,
Right.
okay, and it's gonna measure each window. Now we walk in and we're talking to the customer and scanning the house, and within an hour, 45 minutes, I can tell if they have the right size equipment or not.
So are you utilizing any of our AR tools that we have, the augmented reality, where you can actually show them the equipment on the walls? Have you played with any of that?
I have not done that part yet. So we get back to me on that one.
All
I'll
right.
try that one. I have not. We do a lot of ductless, like multi-port equipment. Typically, the customers that come to me for that, they're like, hey, I want this.
Yeah.
They're coming to me like, hey, I'm not pitching it to them, they're Tonya, they're calling me. I really want this in my home, and so I go and. Now we have the ceiling cassettes.
Right.
So the wall mount, everybody likes to throw in the wall mounts. I'm a fan of the ceiling cassettes. They're nice. They're flush. You don't even, you can make it look seamless.
Yeah.
So those are something I think that really will take to our market here and actually probably this year with the VRV. The VRV is amazing because you can have two true zones, right? Yeah. Like your two air handlers ducted and working at the same time, or one not working, depending on the demand from the customer.
With one outdoor unit.
With one outdoor unit.
Yeah.
Yes. It's so much fun to install.
From a back office standpoint, one of the things we were talking about, marketing, lead generation, you're in the process of redoing your website right now, right?
Yes. Oh, that's been okay. Yeah.
I hear that from so many contractors. It's the same as if you change over your field service management system. That's a real exciting thing for contractors too.
Yeah.
But, it's not like it's just a magic button you push. Yes, I want a new website, and it appears. There's a lot of work that goes behind that.
Does not work like that,
right.
No, Ben.
So for somebody that is looking, and it's important to refresh your website, right?
Yes.
So you were with a web provider for a long time.
10 plus years.
And you decided that you needed to make a change.
Yes.
And so
really hard decision.
Because you build relationships with these people.
Yes.
But you made that change, and now you said yesterday, I think,
Yeah.
you and your team was just looking at the new website and not quite what you guys were expecting.
Right. We didn't. So what I learned about building a website or trying to get out like the word to the world about the technology that we're using. And It's like, how do you get that out? Well, you have to find a special group that really understands what we're doing.
Yeah.
And we don't really have the time to sit there and educate any website designer or
Right.
marketing company on what we're doing, right? So one thing I found in attending like ACA, Women in HVAC, all these different symposium, all of those is I found these marketing companies that develop like Lemon Seed.
Yeah.
Lemon Seed is who I found.
Yeah.
So they are amazing. Crystal, like the energy that they bring, and they're just like the team. It's not, they've got people that are specifically working on each thing for you. And it's like, wait, I don't have to worry about they already understand what content I'm trying to put out. And that's a really, really big part of the website is the content and trying to, the photos are pretty and stuff and things move, but the content is, especially when we're talking technology.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we're really going to show up on a lot of Google searches for the Daikin cloud. Right? Not yet. Well, okay, give it a minute, but maybe after this podcast. So, or like Measure Quick. So these are things that are fairly new and really coming out. So for me to put that on the site and expect additional traffic, but I still want to put that word out, So, and we actually started a referral program as well. So that was something that we hadn't done before, to where we're actually giving gift cards back to customers hey, did you see what they're doing? Did you see what they were doing at our house? And it's like, hey, thank you for doing that. Because you know what? It's not that easy to get the word out about the new technology and what we're doing. So thank you for having me here, too.
Well, yeah. Well, that helps build content for your website, right?
Yeah.
I tell every contractor that comes in here, take these clips, cut them up, have your web provider do whatever they need to do.
Yeah.
But go ahead and there's content that your web provider is looking for, because they're always asking for content.
Yes.
And I would encourage every contractor, find a podcast to be on.
Yeah.
Get your technicians when they're out doing installs. Tell them to take a quick video with that unit. Tell them to do some informational stuff. Hey, we're going to go ahead and charge this system. Here's what we do.
Yeah.
Because people Google these different terms. It's not always, very rarely will a homeowner Google HVAC.
Right.
They don't even know what that means.
One thing we need to look at is AI.
Yeah.
So Chat GPT. So a lot of consumers are going to those routes
Yes,
instead of
absolutely.
Google search to look. So make sure you're capturing what that chat GPT is going to pick up, because that's something new that I learned through this whole website development thing.
Well, and it's other things. A lot of homeowners are just Googling how much does a new air conditioner cost, how much does a new furnace cost, and if you don't have that question answered on your website, you're not going to be found.
Yes.
And one of your competitors might be found.
Right.
And so, I mean, we have to really think like a consumer. What are the questions the consumer's asking, and do we answer those questions on our site?
I think the consumers are looking for like loyalty, someone who's going to be there when things are not working properly. For me, what Crystal would say, my avatar, right? My avatar is not the consumer that is not worried about indoor air quality, that their comfort. I'm looking for that avatar that, hey, they see the value in what we're bringing and the dependability that, and we take a lot of pride in our work. That's what I love about our team is it's kind of trickled down to, Victor, Chris, Dina in the office. Like we're working, like 8 of us working together. And it's powerful. You can do a lot.
So it's fun talking through this topic with you. Could you imagine going to yourself 5 years ago and saying, hey, I'm going to be talking about LiDAR, I'm going to be talking about VR, I'm going to be talking about AI, I'm going to be talking about AR, and all of these different...
No, never. I did not see it coming.
When did you get your first set of digital gauges?
I did convert my dad from not my dad. He's still doing analog gauges. I can't see the ticks. I'm like, give me the big digital screen, right? I'm digital. He's more analog. But I'd say that was probably in, I don't know, maybe 19.
Okay.
18, 19, somewhere in there. Maybe before that. Because I was a big S-band fan,
Okay.
The 4 valves.
Yeah.
But, now with Measure Quick, there's so many leak points there. And so it's hard to get the guys to not pull out those. It's like, I like to have them on the vans as a backup. If something goes wrong, you always have a second, a way to check. But I'm like, I don't want to see that. I don't want, let's put them up as our backup and really practice. Morning meetings have made a big difference for us. Just sitting around talking about this technology in the morning, talking about the new flat rate, talking about the success from the day before. So, it's getting that little huddle together. I learned that from Freedom Builders. Yeah, that whole meeting with them. And really, I grabbed that from other business owners. Not just HVAC, they're plumbers, electricians, and it was consistent through all of them. And I'm like, well, that's easy. I can do that. Everybody, we got a meeting every morning. Like, let's start talking. Yeah. And, it's just developed into more structure, and it's got everybody talking to each other.
I love hearing how you're networking, and just kind of to wrap things up, you're speaking to all of the HVAC contractor business owners that are out there right now.
Yeah.
What would you tell them the keys to success in getting their team to embrace technology is?
You as the owner need to have that mindset and lead them. You can't expect them to do something that you're not practicing. So my team knows that it's new for me as well, a lot of things, and I'm fighting the fight, and I understand their struggle, and I understand that we're not going as fast as we were when you first start. My dad would always say, it's not how fast you mow, it's how fast you mow well, right? So let's get it done well, and then the speed will come. So, that's...
That's really good advice.
Yeah.
And how appropriate for being at this great ballpark.
I know. I don't know where that just kind of landed.
So that is so great. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you coming in, sharing your wisdom with us and your story. I really do look forward to having you on future episodes at some point in time. For all of you that are out there, if you liked this episode, please go ahead and hit that like button. Also, make sure you hit the follow button so you can be informed of all of our upcoming episodes that come out there. Until next time.
It's actually a very safe refrigerant.
Daikin wants to be involved in the community.
Making another touch point to build my brand.
So the first question we ask everyone is,